Okay. So, friends, we got things to do today. Let's see if those things work out. Changed up the music for today because I don't care. It's fine. Shift apostrophe A. Okay. So we go into here. Bring this up. And we're just gonna scoot past this problem. Alright, we're starting here. So we're gonna Blake frame that, and then blank frame that. So then what I think, oh, wrong color. Okay, so kind of have like this little bit here. So this scene where we're just getting rough, we're getting dirty. So let's see, his tail is like right here, and then we have just a small little dangly thing, and then a tail. Okay. My brush is too big. There we go, that's better. So their noses are a bit round. Hello? Oh. Lamau. So their noses are a bit round, and they're kind of small. And there really shouldn't be any definition between here and here. The struggle. I'm curious, how do...
And I'm going to show you how you can start animating with the curve. So select the circle, create a ball, and then we are going to go to our paint layer. And because Krita doesn't let us animate in the painting layer, we have to create a mask. So we go to add and then we create a transformation mask. So we click the transform mask and now we can go to animation curves. So once we have our ball over here, we're gonna make it a bit smaller just to make it a bit nicer. And we are going to the animation curves, and here we are going to the frame zero, right? And then we are going to click on this over here, this sign, and boom, we click it, and look at this. We get all these attributes on the left, and we get all these keyframes. So we are going to go to frame 24, and we are just going to click it again, and we are then going to frame 12, and we're going to select our ball, and we're going to move it
Hello, hello?
Hello! I have a lot of noise happening in my ear.
Sorry.
No, it's not you.
Oh.
It is Spotify. I had it up very loud.
You're good.
Alrighty, so let's see. We're gonna just turn that audio all the way up since we are live. I've been live this whole time and didn't even have anything showing. I am a bad streamer.
Wait, are you streaming on Twitch or YouTube?
Twitch.
Okay.
There we go.
Let me just hop onto there real quick.
Yes, because then you can kind of watch what I'm doing, even though that's a little bit irrelevant to what we plan to discuss. I guess not, because you can learn through me. Oh, when did I get a new follower? Oh, Mr. Bloom's official. Neat.
we get this movement. This is the
I'm
movement
currently
now.
looking into how to do a tween animation on
So
Krita.
that's why it is like this.
So I guess it would
Down,
be
it's going back to the center.
add transformation
So
mask.
if we go to our timeline and we select all these frames, we are going to get some animation. Let's see. See?
Let me just
Okay.
mute that so I won't
Animation. And
go.
this is actually a pretty fast way to
Yeah, it'd be easier for you to watch with it muted since you're in real time.
go to the animation.
Yeah.
We are going to
Okay, so tween animation is just something that I might not do for a little while. I don't really know. I'm gonna just pretend it doesn't exist and just keep doing what I'm doing. Since that's a process that I'm gonna need to learn about later.
Yeah.
So let's see, we got... Right now, we're just kind of in a very rough stage of the animation process.
I can see that.
So, like, here, we can even review it from the start.
Okay.
So, like, this is what's going on with all of its mess.
Uh-huh.
We're just gonna... There we go. Let's do it that way. So, right
So
now...
you're just blocking the stuff out right now.
Yes, because we already... Since the storyboard for it's already done, all I have to do is take the storyboard and translate it into technically what's more known as an animatic phase, where it's not animated, but it's not just a straight up storyboard.
Mm-hmm.
So that means there'll be a little bit of motion in between each segment part of the animation. However, because of how much I'm trying to do for this animation, it's going to start off a bit slower, and we're just going to kind of work in each segment.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, like, if I really wanted to be creative, I could realistically start from this end frame here. Because the end frame, or these final bits of frame, let's see, is just from like frame 944 to what I'm assuming to be, let's just say frame 1300. From there to that is just basically a pan up. So that would be fairly easy to animate since nothing is going on in these final bits of frame. Maybe some slight character motion, but otherwise nothing hectic. So could start with that, but that's not kind of where I'm wanting to start. I mean, I could start with this text just to get like warmed up.
That could probably work.
True, because then all that would be is just like, actually that could be done with an animation tween now that I think about it, and I don't know how to do that, so that'll be a skill I have to learn later, so scratch that.
Okay.
So then we go back to here, really do the sketch part. What is this layer? Alright, that's fine. So right now I'm just kind of like rough shaping some of this. Like, I know this will definitely be thicker. So let me see what I could actually, I wonder if I could find a brush that'll be helpful for drawing multiple lines at once in a semi-cohesive way. I doubt I have anything for that, but it doesn't hurt to look. Yeah, it doesn't look like I have any double thick lines. That's okay. So, I mostly summoned you for the stream to talk about like art concepts that I believe could be helpful to like maybe learn about things that we've learned in our personal art journeys that could we pass on to help with like figuring out what to do.
Well, I'm gonna just get this off my chest right now. One of my school friends called Marzano a homosexual.
You know what? I see that.
Cause I drew him in my sketchbook. Hold on, let me see if I can grab it real quick. Be right back.
I have a quartz sketchbook. Sorry if I made this awkward.
Nah, you're fine. I was just thinking we support the gays here.
Hello?
Hi. Hello? Discord die on me?
That was
Hey,
on my
this
end.
is Raina
My
Allen, and you're listening to Super Reality, taken from
Ah.
the album.
Well, apparently Spotify wants to do advertisements today, so we're just not going to do that. We're just going to go back to plan A then. If Spotify's going to be like that and play ads in my content. There. Background music achieved. So, Mizano?
Yeah. My friend, well, my school friends call them a homosexual.
I could see that, but at the same time, I think he's more narcissistic than homosexual.
Fair enough. I've also been told that he looks like a theater kid. Well, used to.
do duplicate frame. And then we want some onion skin happening. Oh wait, that gets turned on here. So what we want is this leg will probably come back more. As this leg starts to drop. Kind of want him to have this little, not too thick. This leg should actually be up higher. Little stubby paws. Duplicate. And it should be planted firmly right here, I'd say. As this paw gets lifted.
You know, I'm just gonna doodle on the side while I watch the stream.
Go for it. And if you got like thoughts in like art, that's fair.
Let's see what else can I think of. Let me just look through my sketchbook real quick.
Yeah. Cat wagon.
Cat wagon.
Cat wagon.
It's good.
Let's see.
You can make them do a little dancey dance.
Okay, so in this frame, so this leg needs to start coming forward. Gotta keep the chunk of his paws. He's stubby. Duplicate frame. And then his paw comes out. As this leg comes back. Keep him thick. Bye.
I'll be back in a short while.
Is that your roommate?
Yep.
Hi, Fate's roommate.
And she's gone.
Oh.
Actually, I might be turning these wheels the wrong way. So let's see if they're turning.
My keys.
Oh, my artist says hi.
Hi.
Hi. Which ways do wheels turn when they move? So to move this way, they would be moving this way. Yeah, so I'm moving the right way. Oh, heck.
Did I make variations of the cherry tomato or no?
You did not.
Or should I do that?
I don't think so. I like the design that we kind of have going.
Okay.
This looks wrong because it's still... So I think what needs to happen... add filter mask. Cancel. What I can do, if you just kind of erase all of this. This cat wagon doesn't really move, but he might bob up and down. Like, this stays in place, but this part moves up and down because with his little footy steps. So I think what we'll try to do is for this sketch, duplicate frame, remove keyframe, move keyframe, move keyframe, move keyframe, remove keyframe, and remove keyframe. So we'll just kind of
Brain?
we'll make this the anchor point. Yeah, because it's meant to be like a subtle movement. Then we come over, duplicate keyframe. We'll kind of make like this tire spot. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. How do I go about this in a way that would be effective? Because I won't be able to make this stay on one layer if that's the case. What's the purpose of these? Oh, that was the layer I was meant to be drawing on. Okay. Cat wagon. Let's see, storyboard wise, yeah, we need to stay on this frame. Purple. So we stay on this frame and we just gotta make him move. So we'll kind of like come down here, add a blank keyframe. Actually, remove keyframe, copy keyframe, paste keyframe, and then we'll just kind of like mess this part up. We're already a half hour in the stream and I have barely achieved anything.
And that's okay. Art takes time, you know?
Yep. Alrighty, so any progress is progress.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just kind of like cheat my way around this a little bit. Because he's got little like munchkin cat legs. So I don't want them to have like too much detail, but they're meant to be like chunky and round. That's the idea. Alrighty. So I'll kind of leave that. So I think what I can do is then copy blank keyframe. This needs its onion skin. So then we just kind of keep this part here. So let's see, this leg is moving backwards. So that means because this part won't move. Because then it's going to lift up. So like here's the paw. It curls up. And then it's gonna do it's going to do a swoosh. And then it's going to come out. It's a little roundy. I might simplify Catwagon's foot shape for the sake of animation. Kind of make it just more boxy. Settings, Dockers, animation curves. We'll use that later. Dockers. What am I needing? I don't know what I'd be needing. Alright, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Then we blank frame again. Blank frame. There we go. And then let's see. This part stays, but then it just kind of settles down. And we'll kind of keep this boot shape. And then we'll come back another couple frames.
Topic boy, I found a cat wearing a choker.
Cute.
If you want to see it.
I want to be able to just see the specific frames. What Docker would that be? Unless they got rid of that one that I'm looking for. Because I'm messing around on Krita version 5. And it basically... Oh, here we go. Start. I want this clip to start on 465. I want it to end at, let's just say 475. That's not quite right. That's adorable. I love that.
I would decide to put that on my cat.
So I think I need to flatten out this foot a little bit. And then this needs to come up. They need to try to maintain to be on the same line. So then we come back to a new frame. Catwagon's only big injustice of the world is not having enough snacky treats. That's
Yeah,
Cat.
he needs snacks.
Yes.
Wait, how does his body function? Not I'm questioning it. Does it work the same as Hootie?
Booty?
Hootie from the Owl House.
Kind of. Cause Catwagon is based on Catbus.
Oh,
So I would kind of think they work somewhat similar. Like Catwagon's big features would be like around his internal casing. And he probably runs on mostly just like magic energy, if I had to guess. I don't really know the history of Catwagon. We didn't really set that up for ourselves. Which I think is fine.
yeah. The last time I remember Hootie, what's it called? Have moving organs in the walls.
Yeah. Which is why he was like a scary character for the most part.
Yeah.
Okay, now this works assuming the actual house part doesn't move, which would be illogical. So that would mean for these frames, I'm gonna just kind of focus on the general box shape. So we can easily detail a box. So that would mean this would come up. Meaning his foot would stretch down. Because that would be the biggest arc of Catwagon. I think this part could come down a little bit lower because it's a drastic change otherwise. So then the foot steps up. And then it comes back down. Because now that foot's off the ground, and this other foot we would only see a little bit of in this shot. Would be probably right here. No, because I'm sitting the ground as like right here. Let's give ourselves a line to kind of work on. So then his footy will come here. As we come forward, house stays where it is. Actually, it would come up a little bit here as well, because it's being lifted. How do I imagine Cat Wagon to move? Because only one part of him is actually moving up and down. That's his front half. So realistically,
Like, would the cart arch or no?
so the bottom of Cat Wagon is like right here.
No.
So that would mean it would actually kind of slant. Because the wheel is right here. The wheel doesn't move. And because wheel doesn't move, it doesn't go up and down. So I'm making a thick wheel as a reference guide. So that would mean whatever this part is, it's not going to go up and down. There's no motion in this supposed digit, we'll call it, that allows the back of Cat Wagon to move. At least up and down.
Okay, I see.
Because it would function like a regular wagon. Because if it was just a regular wagon, it would just move forward. But because this has that squish and pull, this would push the front upward. Kind of like this in a similar way. But how much upward are we getting? Because that's the current issue I'm having. This is too high up. So we give it a little squish.
Yes. That's what I was thinking.
We want to keep it within the same realm, so we squish. So another issue I have to keep in mind is just to make sure that Cat Wagon's legs stay in proportion. And the issue I'm also having is I'm not officially designed Cat Wagon, so I have no like actual proportions to go off of. So yeah, let's do a little gear switch. Save. I'm gonna do some gear switching because I'm like that.
And that's cool.
Let me go back into this mode, and then we need this. He peers. Oh. Alrighty, so let's figure out the shapes of Cat Wagon, because I can't really go forward without references to Squish and Squash.
Does that mean we have to watch a ton of cat videos?
No.
Oh.
You can if you wanna, but
Those cats are very squishy.
cats don't know what physics are.
Yeah. But does that apply to Catwagon?
Catwagon sadly has physics.
Damn it.
Because Catwagon's only non-physical features are tail, head, and beams. The rest of it is, like, technically a wood material.
Oh.
And because Catwagon's also based on dwarf cats don't have that much, loafing ability.
Oh.
Which matches up with Catwagon.
Hmm.
Because Catwagon has a lot of flexibility. So let's see. Head too high. And probably too big for proportions. So we're gonna actually shrink and work small to get those shapes in. See, because Catwagon, it's about that, should be that big. Because then there's like this collar bit, so he's kind of just like mounted. He kind of have a long neck. Actually, no, he does not have a long neck. Head is just out too far. Then this. Marks like that. And then there's the top portion. And then it just kind of rounds out. Because an important aspect to keep is Catwagon kinda should look slender because cats are slender creatures, so we want to try to keep that same shape feeling of a slender cat while still maintaining the fact that Catwagon is massive in comparison to like Viv and Fern. There's too much music happening in my ears.
All the music I hear is the one from the kitchen.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So he has the round ears, as a good boy would.
Would you believe me if I said I'm drawing a deer tomato wielding fire?
That makes absolute sense, and that's kind of sad. Big ears, big ears. There we go.
Chunky lad. They're a little chunky lad.
Alrighty, so now that that's done, Catwagon's arm, we're gonna kind of simplify their shape a little bit. But we still want it to read as cat-like, because dwarf cats have really small legs. Like, they are just stumps with tiny beans. So I want to keep that chunky leg, barely any noticeable paw look. So like he is the vibe.
Okay, now I need to figure out how to draw Tomato King. Okay,
Good luck. I still haven't fully figured it out.
From what I'm seeing, he has an orange body type.
Yeah, cause
He's tomato.
he is tomato.
The best white tomatoes.
Cause there's actually a bit of like breakdown shape to his character that I try my best to use. So like your best image to use would
Is the one that's
probably
facing forward.
yeah, exactly. Cause like there is some shape language there that should help. Like you have that whatever this shape is, trapezoid, and then it's circle.
Trapezoid and circle. Gotcha.
Yeah. Because his arms come out where the trapezoid ends, and then he is just leg. So he has some strong shape language to his character, which I'm happy with. His concept definitely was a little bit more fun, I would say. Let me see if I can find... Where is his concept? Yeah, because in his concept, I really wanted to accentuate that tomato shape, and he ended up just having a trapezoidal top and triangular legs. I wanted him to be cartoony. And then as I started translating that into my style, I lost a little bit of that, but the shapes are still the same. I do like how his colors came out though. But if you weren't looking at him, you wouldn't directly think tomato, probably. But it's still fun.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Then I think Cat Wagons. Oh yeah, I've been trying to draw Cat Wagons thing like right on him when really his bearing is like right here. Oh, that's not how that goes.
And I just realized I did not draw Cherry Hand all the way. Okay.
Okay, so now given where his wheel would end up happening to sit, I'll drop him down. Oh no. I might actually have to move this upward a little bit. And then his bearing will just be like right here. But I don't want it to quite tangent. But either way, leg need to do a little stretch. There, it still looked chunky, it still looked chubby. He looked like he had no neck. So we'll come out a little bit.
Alright.
And then we'll do that. I feel like I already had a file for Cat Wagon. No, I did not. Cat Wagon literally has just been a slight bane of my existence in terms of how to draw.
I don't know how to draw animals either. Well, not that well.
Well, I'm
Again,
not just drawing an
like that.
animal, because I don't mind drawing animals. I'm drawing a wagon. That is my issue.
Inanimate objects.
Yep, I cannot draw inanimate objects to save my life.
Same here.
So, it looks terrible. Oh no. You know what?
That was good.
You know what? Hashtag Gilly Art. We're gonna do Third gear switch. We're in third gear now.
What's third gear?
We're gonna back up and draw something random.
Okay. Well, let me like share my screen real quick. Okay, there's that button. There it is. Sorry if you hear me sniffing. I got out of the shower like half an hour ago, and my body started to feel the cold around the house.
Yeah, I just came off of a cold myself. That expression is
guys.
great. What app do you use? Or are you like multitasking on your phone or tablet?
Okay, that looks weird.
Yeah. So let's see. What appeals to my fancy?
You good?
Yeah, I saw what you were drawing. Don't know what to draw for a warm-up. So you know what? We're gonna go back to basics. AKA, I'm gonna just draw a quick fan art of one of them. Actually, you know what? Viv fan art sounds like fun. Viv fan art might be what I need to warm up.
Yes.
Um,
Wait, I have an idea. What if Viv is talking to Marzano?
what?
What if Viv is talking to San Marzano?
Yeah,
Or
let's try to
Fern.
keep interactions between like the characters low for the sake of public space. This is
Oh yeah,
easily.
true. I keep on forgetting that you're actually alive for other people.
Yep. Player. So we got the original sketch. And we got official sketch. She gets thick in between her two sketches. That's great.
E.
Alrighty, so let me see. So she has a very slender face.
Sorry, can I bully Tomato King for a moment?
Can you what?
Bully Tomato King.
Sure.
His nose, right? His nose reminds me of Glenn Quagmire's nose for some fucking reason.
Glenn
If you-
has a pointy nose. If I'm correct.
Let me double check.
Yeah, he has a long pointy nose.
Yeah, but they look similar.
It's the wide cheeks, that's what it is for you.
Yeah.
It's how his cheeks are being angled.
Don't you say? I feel like I'm about to sneeze again. And the sneeze is left me. Okay.
Sneeze denied.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna need like a side profile of this man. Give me a moment.
Good luck, that's where I stopped. Here, I can show it to you on stream right now.
Okay.
You see my issues? I
Wait,
just
hold on.
couldn't.
Okay, let me just screenshot. Okay, screenshot has been taken.
Here, enjoy that, because I surely no. There's just something about how his shapes ended up being just, it was impossible. So I just kind of stopped. I inadvertently gave Viv a very, like, vampire, or not vampire, a very bat-looking face. I don't like how this is looking. It looks bad. Where's my pushy brush?
You have a pushy brush?
Yeah, it's technically called the move tool, but I'm calling it my pushy brush. Because I can push things ever so slightly. It'll blur it, but it gets what I need out of it. Which is to push things around until they look slightly better. And then I can just redraw over this. I don't like her face! Why don't I like her face?
I think it's one of those cases where you have to play around with the head shape.
It's because I haven't drawn. I don't have another third quarter view of her, so I'm like trying to interpret her face shapes on the spot, and I'm not happy with it. Yeah, we're just kind of playing with general shapes for a moment. I don't know why. I really like this head over shoulder kind of deal. And then, of course, the big honkers.
The badonga dogs.
Viv has them. Only she has them. We all need them. Drawfee reference for you. I'm taking the Drawfee reference and reapplying it. Nobody can stop me.
It's Twitch. They can copyright us.
It's not a copyright. That's great. We all have them. No, only Viv has them.
Okay. How does one do mustache? Okay.
I'm actually really happy with how Viv's design ended up coming out. And you know what's the crazy part? She ended up looking like a character that Drawfee ended up creating like a few months later.
Oh.
Like, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Drawfee
Take your time.
fan art. Images. Drawfee fan art episode. Instant fan art episode. I see, the one with Fern in it is more popular. Got it.
For people like Fern.
That's okay, I can just go straight to the episode. This is a wiki! I feel misled. I ended up going to a wiki instead of what I wanted. Thank you. Finally. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get my screenshot tool, my screen snip, and then we're just gonna take this, get a nice screenshot of that, and like here, like, I can't make this up, like, this is the character they drew like a few months after I concepted Viv.
Oh, that one! Oh.
Like, you can't tell me it doesn't look not too dissimilar to my interpretation of Viv. A tall, muscular woman with, I would assume Viv would have some bit of curl to her hair. Not as much, but then you got the pointy ears, like, in the darker skin tone kind of vibe. Like, it's very similar. It's not, like, extremely similar, like, oh, these two are the same character, but, like, the traits are very similar is the idea.
I see, I see. I can see where the similarities are, but I feel like that would be like a cousin to Viv.
Yeah.
Also, be right back, I need to get food.
Alrighty.
Bean? Came back.
Welcome back. Viv has very much protagonist eyes. Because, like, in some important parts of, like, the characters that we take into consideration for especially the series is that technically Viv is designed to be the protagonist in a way, because, like, in the Drawfee episode that this project is based on, Fern is the quiet side character that technically the story's about.
I see.
So that would make Viv the main character. Which is kind of what we somewhat set up. Viv is just trying to complete her goals.
And my dog and cat are running into the room. Hey, Kirby.
Oh,
Yeah, the chonker is here.
the chonker has arrived.
He has. Kirby, you're not getting my food. I'm sorry.
but he hungry.
He already ate. Yeah, I got water, Mom. It's always satisfying to watch another person draw,
I know, right? That's why I like speed draws.
if I'm being honest. Yeah, but the slow process version.
And that's why this is great.
Yeah.
Because what I think a lot of people don't get about like professional artists is the time it takes to produce something.
Yeah.
They only ever see the finished product, so they just don't see why something can be valued for what it is.
Unless you're Julia and work really fast.
Julia is just a level of insanity that some
Yeah.
artists can achieve. Debating what kind of expression to
How long
get
does
there.
it take you to like full on make a masterpiece, quote unquote?
I think the longest I've spent on something is like 3 hours.
Mm.
And I can show you that exact piece.
Hmm.
Because it was my final for one of my classes that was entirely not art related. That's this.
Yeah, I can see why it took like 3 hours or 4.
Yeah, I like this. Definitely isn't as good as I can do now, especially when I have pieces like this, for example. You've seen this one before.
Is it the broomstick lady?
Close. It's her husband.
Oh.
They're kind of interchangeable now. I see them as a unit.
So you ain't gonna see the one after the other. Gotcha.
What's wrong with some anatomy? This part needs to come out a little bit.
Yeah, Abby looks offended or scared. And it looks cool.
I'm not really sure what expression to give her. Also, her eyebrows are meant to be thicker. Oh, that's the wrong setting. I don't know what kind of eyebrows to give her. I'm not sure what expression she has. Not sure. Either way, her eyebrows kind of have this shape. Have this shape to them. This needs to move. Taking up my face space. I'm gonna go ahead and add some of this part and just add some balance. I'm having some balance issues with this pose. And she definitely doesn't feel busty enough. There's not enough big shapes.
When you mean by bust, do you mean by the tatas or just in general?
Tatas. Because, you know, bust. Because this is all part of a bust.
Mm.
So she's not busty enough. Gee's here. Make her busty.
Oh, I can't see the chat. Give me a moment. Hi, boss man.
What up? What up,
Nothing
he?
much.
What up, he says. Drawing busty women.
Yes.
Because I needed a warm up. And I still don't feel warmed up.
Have you ever tried drawing with the fingers instead of with the pen?
I
Or no?
can't.
Oh,
I'm using a graphics tablet.
makes sense.
I also don't like using my fingers to draw. There's a weird sense of loss of coordination. I'm assuming the second voice be Jen. Yes, yes it is. What was that?
No.
My art style definitely has been improving a lot lately though, so.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do a line art warm up. Get some cleanliness in my shapes today. Good to know you kids are getting along. You're not that old.
Well, he is the oldest in the group, from what we know.
But he's not that old.
I'm sorry, but Tomato King on my end is starting to look like Mario. I think it's because this the way I drew the nose. Let me just fix that real quick.
I mean, I did give him a very Mario nose.
Which isn't bad. I'm just getting the vibes.
And he is very red, which has also been Mario coated.
Yeah, but his hair is green.
Dark green. To match
So
the
does that mean that-
leafiness.
Yes. So would that imply that Mario killed his brother?
Well, technically, Luigi is the one that's very green coated. So if anyone would have green hair, I'd imagine it'd be Luigi.
Yeah.
I also have no idea how this arm works. I'm just drawing it in.
Sometimes you gotta look away from the physics. Or anatomy. Words.
I just don't care.
Hmm.
If I was worried about how her anatomy looked, I would have looked up the reference already.
Fair enough.
Cause say it with me now. References, people, references.
References, people, references.
There you go.
Hi, Bean. Why are you looking at me like that? The fuck?
let's see. I guess the ear would then be here to here. And then we'll just have like a little bit of hair dramatically flaring out. And then big lips because yes.
Yes. And I forgot the goatee. Okay, we gotta add that one in.
Yep, he has a goatee.
But the chin part. Balls.
Ah. Drop my pen.
Oh no.
It didn't drop very far, but it dropped very loud. Okay, then we got this happening. And then we got ear. Think straight. And then this kind of gently curves in. There we go.
Fuck.
Hey, there we go. That ear's a little too big.
Feel free though.
Let's do it again, but smaller. There we go, that's better. That feels right. Then we got her little hair swoop, which is there solely because I like hair swoop.
Fair enough. Wanna see what I have so far?
Sure.
Okay, let me just take a screenshot. Let me just post this new shit post. There we go.
Swoop. I love his expression. I do say though, make his nose a little bit bigger.
Okay.
He's got a real schnoz on him. Like, when I want people to think of this character, I don't want his defining features is that he's a tomato. I want it to be, he got a big schnoz.
Okay, I'll fix the nose.
Like, forget his whole villain arc. He got a big schnoz. I don't know. I don't know how y'all came up with TK looks so much like me. It's scary.
Oh wait. What?
Just give him gorgeous hair and it's me. Alright, Gee.
Wait, you have mustache?
Well, if you look at his Discord icon, he has very thick beard. I don't know if it's like that currently, but as of when I drew his profile pic, he had very thickum beard.
So, boss man, do you just look like Mario? But with long hair.
What?
Sorry if I hurt your feelings.
Mario with long hair and the thick beard, yes. Alright. Line work is complete!
Yeah.
Well, and glasses.
But it's just glasses.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really know what his full face looks like. But I basically gave him a visor, which if you can't argue with me that a visor just isn't fancy glasses. I love the skin tone I picked for Viv, because it's a very warm color.
It really is.
What range did I hit this in? Okay, I hit it for more of a red color. You'll never see my true face, I refuse. Well, the internet already knows my face.
Yeah, and you look pretty.
Thank you. I am big
You're welcome.
chunk, but I have pleasant face. Which I think is very important. If you gotta be chunky, at least have a nice face.
At least you can float on water. I
That-
can't.
That's a weird trait. And I
Because,
can't swim.
I can't either.
We're screwed.
Sorry, because I have trauma.
I just
Behind
never
it.
learned. It's not a skill I needed. I stay inside where it's safe and without mosquitoes. It's weird to think that Viv had like 5 different hair colors before this one. Like, if you go back and look, there were several colorations for Viv before this one.
Oh.
I'm
Let's look
chunky
back
and
real
I
quick.
don't have a pleasant face. That is a lie, guaranteed.
Yeah, that's a lie.
You can't fool us. We're too nice.
Yeah, me, Mom. None. Nothing. Nothing. I'm sure. Sorry, I was being a little too loud that my mom actually had to be.
Oh no. Not moms.
Just mother.
Can I just do a quick fill? Yay! Yay! I love it when I can just quick fill.
I can make that real quick. Hold on. Let me just grab a piece of mine.
She doesn't technically have lipstick, but she just has such big lips that I gotta. Okay, never mind. She looks better without. My apologies. My apologies for my sinful desires.
Wait, what? I didn't see.
No, I refuse. I'm not being very neat about my coloring, I'm just coloring. Man, you know what's great about being an artist?
Mm-hmm.
We make our own coloring pages.
Mm-hmm.
Never have to settle for someone else's horrible line work. We only have to learn to settle with our own.
Mm-hmm.
Bam. Let's do a little shading. I think I'm gonna take this orange color from Fern's hair and use it. Multiply. Fate's Sinful Design sounds like a dope album name. Thanks, I guess. Actually, yeah, now that you think about it, that'd be a great metal cover. If it doesn't have a lot of guitar in it, I will be sad. Fate likes the heavy metal.
Me too. Most of my playlist for like working out is basically metal.
Nice. My drawing playlist is just metal. A friend made all the music that I play on draw streams.
Oh, nice.
Except for like 3, because I just needed some new music.
Mm.
There, we got some shading happening. Y'all devil worshippers. No, I worship creation, thank you.
Do you have beef with the devil or something? The fuck?
Here's the real beef. Did the devil just take over my ability to scroll? My mouse is clearly not dead. There we go. My curse has been lifted. Praise creation. Well, now that I've warmed myself up, I still don't want to work on Catwagon, so I'm just not.
Work on Fern.
And I technically started. I put 30 minutes in for the animation, so I'm gonna call that a day.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of the mood I'm in today. I tried. That's what matters. I tried.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We need to go to Critic Projects. Find Vinewood. Fern of Vinwood. Viv. I'm just calling this file Viv. New file. Let's go.
Let's go.
Alright, now. Where does the wind take me? Let's find out. That gave me nothing. I need references of Fern. I can't just draw Fern from memory. That'd be bad. We got Fern official references. Go. They have a somewhat of a round face. So let's see, their collar would end up smooshing into their face a little bit. Bring the shoulder up. Then this kind of just goes like that. We do this. Keep the shoulders small because child.
Yes.
And then mouse.
Sorry if I keep on sneezing.
I don't even hear it, so you're fine.
Oh, okay.
Children have smaller shoulders. Yes, they tend to have small everything. Okay, so how many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, they need to be longer. They're not covering their eyes. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, and then I already have the fourth one in there. And then 4 freckles. And these little ears.
Mouse friend.
Indeed, mouse friend. That's a big goalie, though. Well, not necessarily. Because if we look at the official goalie reference, gully is knee height for Fern. So Fern is small. Gully is probably big for a mouse, but probably a long shot. But that's okay. Gully might be the size of a small cat. And I'm okay with that. I need to start erasing some things because this image is starting to look weird. Actually, their face needs to come out a little more. Maybe mice are really huge in their world. Maybe. Actually, what is the biggest mouse? Peter's Bigfoot mouse, which is nearly 6 inches.
Huh.
So, Petter's Bigfoot mouse images. Even then, they're about the size. They fit right on top of someone's hands. Really cute looking though. What are inches? A unit of measurement that is garbage. Alrighty, then we need the iconic Big Zipper.
Big Zipper.
It's Big Zipper time, lads.
How heavy would it be? That's the thing.
It depends on the material it's made of.
Yeah.
If it's made of like a really light metal, then it probably wouldn't weigh that much. Like, I imagine it's probably made of like, not like maybe aluminum. Actually, that's a good question. What are zippers made of? Oh heck, I was right on the money with aluminum. They can be made in brass, aluminum, or nickel.
I don't know.
So it just might be a piece of aluminum, and also this is too big. I made it too big, which is sad.
I was about to say, it looked like one of those like soda can openers.
I mean, it kind of is. It probably could serve that function.
Now I just have this weird mental image of Fern looking like a soda can.
Hold on, I got you. So let's see, we got the top of the soda can. I have 2 Diet Cokes next to me, so I got great references.
North.
So let's see. So we just got the 2, 3, 4. And then that very smug face that I bet Fern would make a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And there you have it. Fern as a soda can.
Screenshotting that.
Oh, that's great.
And the screenshot has been made. I'm putting it in the ship post area.
So this is kind of come down here. Oh. And then let's see, backpack strap. Backpack strap. Just kind of have this arm just kind of like going out like that. Cute. I think I'm gonna do a chunky line work for this one.
Big boy lines.
Big boy lines. Finally. When you draw the same line over for no results.
There you go.
Sorry guys, my brother is bugging me. That's okay. Oh, gee.
Oh, your brother. Oh, you're good.
In my head, I was thinking, oh, Inches killed him. He didn't know what inches were, so he died. Photo.
You know the Sims cat
Spleens?
meme? That one meme where the Sims a Sim cat is like breakdancing. Oh, let me just pull it up.
No.
Wait.
The only Sims cat I know is called Spleens.
And I'll just send it in general for you, real quick. This one.
No, I've not seen that. That do be kind of funny though.
Yes. I can see Fern doing that out of the blue. For no fucking reason.
Fate, I feel like you're reading my comments out loud is confusing Jen. Maybe.
I have my screen like split screen so I can like see it, kind of.
Well,
So
I
it's,
read
like,
it out
right
loud
popping up.
anyway for stream.
Ah. I have a question. Would Viv like used to be romantically involved with like anyone in the tomato gang or no?
No, we kind of said she's more like a mother figure.
Mm.
So for her to be romantically involved would be kind of awkward for that title.
Fair enough.
Viv's connection to TK was kind of like an abusive relationship, though. Well, with TK it was, but maybe not with like everyone else.
In terms of how he manipulated her and stuff.
I really like how this mouth came out. Proud of that.
Yeah, that looks good. Bean, what are you yelling about? You're not gonna get that fly.
He's like, not with that attitude.
I was just yelling at someone outside.
Alright. Line work. Finished.
Yay.
Another very cute one. Ooh.
You're back. Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. Gully isn't cute enough. There's no such thing as too cute.
Fair enough.
Gee said that Gully was too cute. Let's do a warm shot. I think I might do a pink. Welcome back.
I have a very serious.
What bean?
That was a fiasco.
Yeah.
My roommate came back with her friend and making arrangements to go to Dollar General.
Oh, cool.
So that was a lot of stuff to think about and like draw at the same time. Oh. You get a little fur shine too. You know what? Just because I can, take this, move that. We're gonna do a group, quick group. Just put this all together. Alpha lock that. Imagine roommates. Well, I don't have just one roommate. I have two roommates. So we're gonna get this pink. Let's make it more pastel. It's still in radial, isn't it? It's still in radial. Bilinear. It's, oh, because it's reversed. I'm stupid. Actually, I want a warm color. So let's go yellow. Alpha lock. Group, quick group. Then we'll just kind of have like a yellow to a purple. Color theory. And make sure to have a different layer happening when you try to do this. And then we go alpha lock. Bring that down. Bring this down. And then go some purples to create just some cute little shadows. And let's lessen the opacity of this. And then we just take some of this, grab that yellow again with a big brush, alpha lock, strengthening up some highlighted spaces just for just to give it some warmth, and then we take this purple color and then we just kind of blend it down for some more shadows. And then we take the smudge brush, kind of just blend it all down.
That looks pretty.
And then what I want to do is in this background, I want to take like a pretty kind of orangey color. And they're going to come from this direction. And we're going to fade it out into like this pretty blue color. Actually, no. Let's keep it in this orangey tone, yellow tone. And then come back in with like a bright blue. And then we go noise brush, and we take it with some orange colors, but a little bit more muted. And then just kind of like fluff it up. Then we go into some pinks. Jen, are you learning? Is what Guy asks.
I'm focusing on what I'm drawing right now.
I'll kind of come back up into, make the brush smaller.
Because I doubt that we use the same program for drawing.
Yeah, I used Krita, and just the fact that you use your finger at all tells me you're on a different platform altogether.
Yep, I'm on my iPad.
But what I've learned is the actual program does not matter. It's textures.
Texture.
Exactly. So for example, just because I use Krita doesn't mean everything I'm doing has to do with the program itself. It's how I interpret the tools that it gives me. So for example, I use a noise brush, or as the program literally calls it, texture big.
Texture big.
Yeah. I use brush texture big to create clouds.
Ooh.
Sorry, I keep coming back for stuff.
You're fine. Okay. This one's done. It's cute.
E.
And this file is going to be called Fern Gully. Eat your vegetables. Okay. Gee's being weird.
He's being an old man.
Always is, apparently. Alright. I don't know what to draw next.
Hmm. Or the villains?
Well,
I guess-
technically, we only have one villain and a few goons, but I don't really want. I'm not.
Grandma.
Grandma.
Granny Berna.
Back in my day, we only had pencil and paper. Opens my drawer to my new collection of alcohol markers.
I used to use those, but now I use color pencils.
You can use alcohol markers with color pencils.
Yeah, I just don't like it bleeding through the paper.
It depends on the paper you have. You can get paper that's designed to not do that.
Yeah, but that's kind of expensive.
Actually, I don't think it is.
No, you're not done yet.
Is the new sketchbook I have good for that? I don't know if it is. I have no idea if my new sketchbook that I got is good for that. It doesn't really say. But given the texture of it, it does feel slightly thicker, so it might be more bleed resistant. I don't know.
Yeah, the paper I normally use is meant for like pencils and stuff.
We had to walk 10 miles uphill both ways to buy supplies.
Damn. I'm gonna be right back.
He's hamming it up in chat. Let's see. I don't really know what I want to draw next. Draw TK and Viv. I'm kind of done with these characters for tonight. I kind of got everything I wanted from it. Flashback scene. Can't overwhelm myself with that content. I won't work. I'm gonna sit here, stare at my smiley boy, and eat a fortune cookie and think about what I want to do next. Because I honestly don't know what I'm in the mood to draw next. Maybe my fortune cookie will tell me what to do.
I'm back.
Oh, it's him again. Mario.
I have consumed the fortune cookie. Its fortune tells me someone new coming into your life will become a very good friend. That's not very fortune of you. Everyone that comes into my life is a friend.
I made a shitpost version of. Yeah. I made this. Kind of. It's crappy, but.
Good effort. Let me get a crack at this.
There, I gave you some references.
Oh, wrong color. Trying this pose from reference is failing. Mario jump pose. Technically, Guy doesn't even have a nose in my drawing.
Fair enough.
He's just basically lens and beard.
Yeah.
No, Dell, leave me alone.
Adele?
No, Dell, as in the tech company.
Oh. What they do?
Oh, just random notifications for like support and stuff.
Oh.
There we go. Gia has Mario.
Yay.
Hello, it's me. It's very quick and hastily drawn, but it's Mario.
It's Boss Man Mario.
I feel so inclined. I'm gonna do line work.
Yay.
It's gonna be thick line work. My thickest line work of the stream.
My cat's being that hyperactive again.
Ooh, he got the zoomies.
Yeah, she got the zoomies.
I do love me a cat with the zoomies.
For my cat, when she has a zoomie, she also goes for the legs. Like attacks them. So yeah. I'm sorry, but the way I'm drawing Tomato King is making me think that he's an Italian uncle.
He probably has that energy. Who knows?
It's probably the way I drew his no cookie.
It got so quiet all of a sudden. Yeah, ran out of topic of convo. And I got very focused on doing Guy Mario.
E. Let's see. Jesus. What kind of insults would Granny Verna do to Tomato King?
Probably ones that have like very obvious tomato themes. I'd say lean into like vegetable-based insults.
Mm.
Ketchup is a slur. And he's done.
Yay. Ooh.
It's interesting to see that you drew my hair and beard in that shade of brown. Like my hair is very dark brown and my beard is jet black. You never corrected it, so it's just kind of how it ended up.
Yeah. Yeah, Tomato King looks shit terrified. Okay. And now back to coloring Cherry. Okay.
Actually, I might take this green and make it more desaturated for his outfit. So that way they're two different greens.
Amy.
It didn't sound like a complaint. We have a new Mario for Smash. His name is Luigi. We have Luigi. Gario. I like Luigi. Walam Luigi. Early reading to you. Oh, Walam Luigi.
Huh?
This is what I'm gonna name that file. Luigi.
Luigi. What do you want me? Come here. Yeah. Is it okay if I show Bean real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, I turned on my camera. Here she is.
What a cute bean. Yes, the serotonin. Walam Luigi.
Oh, hi. And down she goes. Luigi.
Who would have thought my favorite drawing tonight would be a Luigi? There, now Guy has what? 3 pieces of fan art from me?
3?
Yeah. Because now they have the profile picture, an emote, and a Luigi.
Oh, there's an emote?
Yeah.
Hold on. I didn't see this.
I don't know if he added it to the server, but I got it. Here you go. It's me, Luigi.
You probably added the email for your Twitch stream.
Yeah, I don't have emotes yet. You need to get to affiliate before I can get the fun stuff.
Fair enough.
So if you haven't followed today, come on, we're almost halfway there.
Man.
I almost want to share it on Drawfee. Be like, look, I made a Luigi.
Luigi.
Y'all want to see something? You want to see something amazing?
Sure.
Not you. I'm on Drawfee.
Oh.
I want to see who responds. It's gonna be a bait.
Retyping.
Thanks for the art feat. Luigi.
Ian, stop attacking my leg for fuck's sake. My god.
Drawfee didn't react to my Luigi. Loss on them. Luigi is great.
Wah.
I love it. Goodbye, Luigi. What else do I have? I don't really have that much to show. I do want to make a comic for for Enric and Latasia.
And do it.
A wheel. I already have a title page for it. You've already seen it. Let's see. It's in this folder.
Me, my feet are not food. Please stop biting them, please. Stop. 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 Fucking menace. Hey. Are you good now? Thank you for not attacking me. Sorry about that.
I'm being torn down in Drawfee.
Wait, what? What the fuck up?
Just appreciate the Luigi. We appreciate the Luigi here. Here, I'll even leave him up again. Luigi. Alright, it's a go drawing. There we go. The correct response. Man, it does not feel like it's been 3 hours, but at the same time, I'm ready to call it a night, but I don't wanna. I still got 10 minutes.
We can talk about some random bullshit that comes to our brains.
Well, I also had a more specific purpose for like inviting you to stream other than let's just coexist together.
Burn.
Because you are my background artist, so I figured
Yeah.
we'd talk a little bit about that. That's right, you can't escape. This was my ploy of getting you here for a lecture. So, for example, this is a piece I did, which is currently my Be Right Back screen. I can pick this apart and understand what I can do better about it, but what its strengths were. And a lot of it came down to textures. So a lot of like the good stuff I did with this drawing were like within the tree itself, how it has these bits of highlight but a lot of shadows to create a authentic looking tree texture, and how the tree's leaves aren't like specifically painted. It's all just using texture brushes effectively. And then like the background, like this grass looks really soft because I didn't draw every individual blade. I drew stuff that would indicate highlights and textures. And then as you get further into the background, you lessen that detail, only using a texture brush to kind of like indicate clumps of grass. So this one is definitely not the best thing I've drawn, but it was pretty good. And like here's a another one that's kind of similar, where and like you use shadows to indicate your big shapes.
Oh.
And then when you get improvements, you'll kind of like start seeing it. I started using a grass texture brush just to kind of get some generalized shapes going, and then as my things recede further into the distance, I just kind of like soften the lines at the background to kind of like indicate that it is fluffier ground. So a lot of when it comes down to like doing those background pieces is you kind of have to consider those parts of the drawing, like what are these textures going to look like. I don't remember how the background went for this. Like this scenery, I leaned more into kind of like just trying to convey those ideas, but I feel like it could have been executed better, and maybe I could have steered away from doing line work. But at the same time, I wouldn't say this is one of my best pieces. It was more experimental. But I started using a specific texture brush to do a lot of that line work in the trees for me, using texture brushes, and just trying to get the feeling of how to draw specific things and how to do the lighting.
I see.
Yeah. Because like a big part of what I can accomplish, or like have been trying to accomplish, is like strong sense of lighting and a lot of dynamics. However, that means I don't do backgrounds very often because I'm so character driven in my art. So when
Yeah, same here.
yeah. So when we get into like doing those backgrounds, one thing that I did was I looked at a lot of references to get an idea of how other styles do their art. So for example, this is when I did an Adventure Time style challenge, and I looked at a bunch of references to get an idea of how they did it. Some things I can point out that I did really well, and there's a few things in here that I think fell flat. However, what I gained from this was a sense of they had a very cell shaded style of doing their landscapes, where the lighting was in clumps or strips, and there was very minimal detail of grass. And also the sky was pretty much just a flat color, so for this kind of art style, it works really well because everything's soft and round. Where if I were to have done a Steven Universe one, there'd be a lot more strong pastel colors, a lot more detail that I need to learn how to do. Because I wanted to do a Steven Universe style challenge for a while, but I've been intimidated because of how good or like how like strong that type of art style is. Like I'm just currently digging around my files to see what I find.
Take your time.
So here's a good example from my comic that I kind of stopped picking up. A big part of this one was I was copying the style of the buildings from a different artwork, but trying to work in that perspective to create my own setting. And I think what could have worked better for this one is maybe if I used a darker color on the background, but I like that it's not black line work. It feels softer, but my perspective obviously isn't there. These lines are straight, but they're not on point. So if I need to redo this one, the only reason I would redo it is to correct the lines. But at the same time, there's a lot of character for it not being perfect. But it's definitely better. So that's something we that as artists who do this kind of work need to consider, those type of things. So this is a comic that came a while after that, and there is some improvement in terms of like how the scene is laid out. There's a lot more consistency to the lighting, the colors, and there's a lot more play with perspective. Since that was also something I wanted to do for this specific for this specific comic, I was playing with those art perspectives more and trying to like learn how to do them.
I like the little like poof sticking out from the frame.
Yeah. Also, working on breaking frame for comics is very important. It adds a lot of character. So, I should do it more, but sometimes it's not always necessary. It depends on the kind of comic you do. It really does. That one's a comic I kind of dropped because I stopped having like story progression pieces. What else do I have in terms of like perspective frames? Yes. I guess the best pieces I have are from So, because I don't do that many like background related pieces, but it's still important to kind of like understand how composition works, which like I told you before, you can find plenty of like pictures or videos and the works for that, because I surely don't have any. Because let's take a look at some of my older comics to really get an idea of how what's the important thing with growth. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Really old Fate art. So you see there's no consistency here. It's on a very plain perspective where it's actually really bad.
Yeah, I can see where you used an image or something for the walls.
Yeah, it's a pattern. This is back when I was drawing more on my phone and I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and I also didn't know how to draw buildings. And you can see an immediate improvement between that piece and right after I got my graphics tablet. There was a period of time in between those two pages where my understanding of what building shapes actually should look like had improved a little bit, and I started working with that.
I see.
But this still isn't a strong image. There could be a better composition for these pages, which is something I try to experiment with a little more. So in the following, in like the next couple pages, you can see a little bit of a composition switch in the pages, and it looks more interesting, where I'm actually starting to use some of that bits of dynamic to create an interesting drawing. I really like this one, mostly because the sketchy style looks a little bit more painted.
Yeah, it really does.
I don't like how the grass came out here. It's very flat, but the actual like sky background looks really nice, and I could have went a little harder on the shading. Like, these are the type of things we kind of I want you to aim to like see when you go into your backgrounds. Is I want you to be able to see where your improvement lies and what looks flat versus what doesn't. And that's why I think this drawing was very important for me, because I spent a lot of time on the parts that mattered. Like, I could have went harder on the shadows up towards the top where it would make sense, but I really wanted the attention in that depth to really come through with this boulder here, where it fades into the image as your attention is brought to this stark white box in the middle of the just barely in the middle of the screen, which is also important compositionally, which is also why I have the drawing framed this way, because compositionally you don't want something in the middle of your frame. You kind of want it off-centered. But there's different types of compositions you can use. Like, there's an artist I look at on Instagram who often talks about the different types of perspectives you can have. So you can't really go wrong with playing with the perspectives once you kind of like start learning them. And I don't have to judge you for, I don't have to go and critique you for your character designs. Your character designs are great. I don't think you need too much improvement there. You're doing
Yeah, I've been
fantastic.
drawing characters since like when I was like 9. So
Yeah, how long have I even been drawing for? I've been drawing for such a long time.
yeah, same here.
Like, and that's kind of also my favorite thing that I like about having this, because like I can pull up drawings that I started when I've done a lot more digitally. So like, this is a drawing that I did a year or two ago. I don't even remember. This drawing is terrible. I didn't like it. Same day, same hour, I did it again. Still didn't like it. But it was better. So, I come back here last year, and it finally gets what it deserves. It's right there. I finally worked out the details of the dress, which was pretty great.
Oh, it's the broomstick lady.
Yeah. Her name's Persephone.
Yeah.
But that's also something that's kind of important. Like, I've been drawing for such a long time. I keep some of my old drawings. Like, this is one from when I first started drawing on a tablet I had. Just the proportions are terrible. The grass is terrible. It's just bad. However, I appreciate it for being bad. Because if it wasn't bad, I wouldn't have been able to come back and do something like this. This is still, I'd say, This one has some strong pieces to it, trying to be a very like forced perspective drawing, but it could be better. There were aspects of this drawing I didn't know how to achieve, but I tried my best. And Guy says, art, am I right? But there was a lot of learning I was trying to do, and I was experimenting. And that's what I think is important when it comes to like art over time. See what changes, see how you get better at things over time. So for example, we know Smiles Boy. He wasn't always smiley, he was an angsty child. But look at him, like this is the only other drawing I have of that character by himself. And let's see, when, oh, I actually wouldn't be able to look because that file.
Bosnian, stop it.
I appreciate it for being bad. Guy, shut up. You're not
Okay.
bad.
Don't make me get the spray bottle.
Yeah, we will get the spray bottle. And now look at my boy. Look at him. He went through his angsty phase. He wasn't drawn very good. And now he's married. He's happy. And now he's drawn better. So I appreciate the time in my life where I thought I was doing great art that now I can look back at and say, it was horrible.
Oh wait, now I get it.
Because I'm bad, you know it, you know it. Anyway, but I remember back when I was first getting started in my digital art journeys, I traced.
Oh.
I traced a lot. And this is an example of that. It looks good because I used a base.
Ish. I can see where the proportions are off.
Yeah. And it's also very sketchy because I wasn't very confident in my abilities. My style then was very sketchy and very just bad. It was bad. And then you can kind of see that again when I got my graphics tablet like years later, where it was cleaner, but it was still kind of like sketchy and gritty. Is that learning phase. Apparently my learning phase means it's very gritty and it's very unclean, I would say. Although this character goes through several iterations of being designed because I just did not know how to draw her. I know how to draw her now, so like here's one interpretation of this character because she is supposed to have like floofy, very curly hair. Then I kind of like fixed her up. I pulled back on the thickness in her face and minimized how like her hair looked because I don't really know how to draw curls. So I just kind of like play into it a little bit with a more cartoony way of doing it. But then a little while later, is it in here? Here it is. So we go into like this one, where this was before I started like solidifying how she looked a bit, and I was just playing with some light. I was very much a fan of this texture. Oh no. I was very much a fan of this texture brush pencil looking one I had. So then, now that we kind of see some of the growth stages, we come back into the present day and we look at her now. And she's got it going. Her hair is simple. It's got a wavy pattern, but it kind of indicates that it's a little curly. I hit my graphics tablet by accident.
Oh, weird.
But like it's clean, it's straightforward. We got good strong line work. And we also now can see a little bit more of that personality. just in how she stands and how she holds herself, and also in how she dresses. So there's a lot of just like good things about having old stuff. Like I've had these characters for years now. Also because I gotta look at those two propose.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find some old digital art now.
But like look, I got the cutest little proposal. Another
Okay, let's see. You know what? I'll show this. And mind you, I stole an image off the internet for the background, so yeah. Let me just post in the shit post corner. This was like 2 or 3 years ago.
But you know what? If that's where you were 2 or 3 years ago compared to what I've seen you do now, you were right where you needed to be. Did you know what? Nobody starts off great. And progress is slow sometimes.
It is.
And as long as you can look back and appreciate what you've drawn because you think it's bad, then you are doing fantastic as an artist, in my opinion.
Thank you.
Because I believe it is important to be able to look back at your art and say it's bad when you feel it is. But what is not good is not being able to see why it is bad. That is what separates a learned lesson versus a not. Because you can now see your your issues with anatomy, your usage of how you did your backgrounds, maybe the poses you can do better again. And I think what's a fun challenge I see often that artists do is take like something they've drawn and redo it in whatever style they do now. And I kind of did that. Oh, there's more. Oh, that's neat. It's kind of spooky.
Yeah, I don't like how I did the arms though.
And that's important. Like, sometimes you're gonna kind of hit those phases. Let's see, what is one? So here's a good example. I went back and redrew my old character. And I can do this, and I technically did it again slightly differently. Because I made this character a character sheet. So she's been slowly updated over time, and I've been redrawing this character over and over and over again. But she's changed over time, and my understanding of this character has also changed. Because this version of this character is meant to be sweet, but kind of apathetic. Now that I've kind of like analyzed her character, she's hopeful, faithful, loyal, apathetic, but she has a sense of caring in a weird way. But she lacks a lot of empathy, which I think is important for her character in terms of where she ends up. Because the next iteration of her character is this, where she is cold, apathetic, distant, kind of cruel. These are important things that I didn't realize that I did for this character until much later, and you can even see that in just how she was designed in general. Starting in a white dress, moving into something that's colorful but kind of dead looking, that autumn color versus the spring. It kind of hits that same way. Like, designing a character is kind of like drawing a background. You have to consider how the tone of the character is going to come across. Like this one. I love this drawing set so much, and I will keep yelling it to the moon and back. However, when I was working on this character, my biggest struggle I had was the pose. I had to give a pose and expression that resembled how I was finally able to describe this character. She is stoic, which means she basically has like no expression and moves with a lot of grace. And she's very bottled inside. She is a flame that can turn into a wildfire. And in a sense, some of that kind of needed to come across in how she carried herself. So, a blank expression paired with strong movement. She doesn't look unsure of anything. She looks strong, but with a blank face. And eventually some of her outfits kind of show that strong personality. Like, I really like how this drawing came out because there's a sense of power in the fact that she wears a long skirt that kind of resembles a wildfire with the charcoal top. Especially when you compare it to the original color scheme that I gave this character in her design. When you go down the line, there is definitely a sense of growth in terms of myself as an artist and my use of color theory and just my understanding of this character. I think designing multiple outfits for your characters helps you build a stronger connection with them, because you can't think of what do you think this character would look good in. It's also what would this character actually dress themselves in. How do these characters present themselves?
You bring up a good point. I should probably do that more often.
Because yeah, it would be great to put your waifu OC in a neon costume just for the lulz, but it's also important to consider how they would actually dress themselves, which you can see in some of these drawings I did. Like if we compare these two side by side, they are drastically different outfit concepts. This character, Persephone, wears very elegant clothing in her other outfits. It is meant to be a status symbol in her comparison, with very much strong, shining, universal themes, because she is meant to represent creation, but she's also meant to represent a very high status, because she is at the top of the story's hierarchy. But not only that, she is also married to the top of a lower down hierarchy. So she is her entire status is royal to no end, and she can create whatever she so desires. She's actually probably identified as a homunculus now that I kind of know that term again. Where this character is very much down to earth. She looks like just a person you would see walking on the street. Strong, independent, but still there. But still someone you would see. And then you can kind of compare it with other characters that I've concepted. Like this dude. You can get a grasp of his personality just in the 3 outfits I designed for him. Well, if she wants to stream, she's more than welcome to, but this is my stream. Yeah. And I can easily share some of her art, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not just gonna do that without verbal permission. And also,
I mean, yeah, you can do some of it.
nah, I think it's good, because I'm more ranting about the concepts more than the actual like content itself. So like for this character, for example, a lot of what I needed to convey with his character is messy but energetic. So he has like the bright colors, messy hair, but he has a friendly face. He has a friendly disposition, which I think are important.
I like how you did the middle one, to be honest.
The middle one was a little bit of just kind of a throwout. I was like, it was during the height of my Pinterest phase where I got very into Pinterest for like 2 weeks. So I was scrolling on there and I went from 0 to 600 Pinterest pins. I still have my Pinterest because I still think it's important to go back from time to time because I saved a lot of good study photos. And as I was scrolling one day, I just saw this top and I was like, this feels like something this character would wear. And then I designed some weird pants to match it. It's kind of meant to be his around the house outfit. Because it's comfortable, it's loose, but snug in the right places.
I can see that.
Let's see. Okay, here's a good character to talk about. So this is a good example of a character that underwent a lot of changes, but they had to make sense. So this is what I would consider the final form of this character. She probably won't look any different from here on. She has a very prestigious look to her, wearing chains, but a very long, gothic-looking dress. I know, I'm gonna talk about this character and then wrap up stream because I'm already 20 minutes over. So this character... Yeah. Alright, let me wrap up my thoughts. So, like, this character went through a lot of changes. She started out in a very raggedy dress, but now that she's older and her character is extremely established, she went from being very raggedy and youthful to being very mature, stoic-looking, and regal. So you can tell a story just in the design phases of your character as well. Alrighty. So I guess we're going to end it there because it's like 20 minutes over my usual stream time and we're all tired. So I love y'all. If you haven't followed, leave a follow. And I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Bye, friends.